9 degrees today. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. The kids making use of the ice. They've been spending, after school they go out there and they skate well into the dark. Should set lights up. On the weekend they're out all day. You know, +5 most days. Today's, what is today? +9, what did I say? Just a beautiful day. No wind finally. My fans are on high. You can just imagine how warm it is inside. Just gonna go take a peek. I'm not overly too concerned about a heated shed because it is December and these bees, they should be fairly content. I'll just go take a peek. "9 degrees in the shed." Find the broom. I'm gonna go check the drop. I swept the floor the other day just so I could monitor the drop throughout this warm spell. Bees are quite calm. So they could care less that the shed's a little bit warm. I have the ceiling fan. No, I don't. I thought I turned the ceiling fans on a little higher than that, but they're just, you know, they're just mixing nice and slowly. See how much drop I have here. Very casual drop. Hives seem to be fairly calm, so that's good. Bit of a warm shed today and not much going on. Just reacting a little bit to this light. A little bit of bearding. These hives look awesome. Today is the warm day that's going to go through, and then it's supposed to get cooler again. So the shed should be able to kind of quieten down a little bit, suck back into these boxes, and hopefully we get okay, I don't say this very often, but I hope we get a little bit cooler weather just to be able to hold this shed a little colder. You know, try to target that 4 degrees. And for an extended period of time, just to be able to send these bees into a dormant trance or a dormant sleep. It's been explained to me that these hives, they'll hang on to their cluster, they'll form their cluster, and you don't want too much air circulation within the shed, because what you want is these hives to kind of form a carbon dioxide envelope, and that carbon dioxide envelope kind of sends that cluster into a trance. So we're looking at, I don't have my carbon dioxide tester with me right now, but I bet you it's under 100 parts per million inside this cluster. They'll hold, whoop, they don't like this white light. Inside the cluster they'll hold like this carbon dioxide envelope that'll increase the carbon dioxide concentrations to 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40,000 parts per million. And it said that by doing that, it kind of sends these bees into a bit of a dormancy or trance and just allows them to slow right down and endure this length of winter. So that's why we don't want these fans on too high. We want the air to mix very slowly just so we're not disturbing that envelope within the hives. And that's why we want a cooler type temperature to slow these bees down, tuck them in, tighten them up a little bit, just to help them maintain the consistency of that envelope around the cluster. So when they get active like that, it'll definitely break that that envelope. And I have a carbon dioxide tester going around last winter and the winter before, just, you know, monitoring here and monitoring there. I'll get the shed carbon dioxide up to about 25 parts per million. I don't know what that means. I'll turn the fans right off so there's no air exchange. It'll get up to 5 parts per million, 5,000 parts per million. And then I'll stick it inside a colony, pop the cork, stick it down in there, and I'm reading like 10, it only reads up to 10 million parts per million. So definitely there is a function with carbon dioxide going on within the colonies. I don't think we quite understand it yet. It'd be interesting to be able to tap a little more research into carbon dioxide in the wintering cluster. And there's some of those dynamics that are involved in helping these bees endure the length of winter. And it probably has something to do with why we want kind of a shutdown period, like that cold confinement, just so they can take advantage of maybe that factor, helping them get through the length of winter. These bees, when they're too active, you don't want them to burn up all these stores for nothing. So you want them to slow down, you want them to quit eating or slow down their eating, you want them to tighten them up and just get through the winter period. As you can see, these hives here still have pails on them. I haven't had a chance to take them off yet, but they are just about no bees in there. That hive's still feeding a little bit. Nothing on that one. Just a few bees on that one yet. I was tipping pails earlier and it seemed to me that there were a lot of pails not being fed on. But I'm tipping there's one that's not being fed on. Seems to me that there's lots that are still consuming the syrup. I might give them another week on that because I want to get them stacked up and out of the way, because I got to get at other things outside the shed, outside that back door. So I'm going to strip these pails off, stack these hives up, tighten them up into the corner there so they can run the forklift back and forth throughout the evening and grab supplies I need from the shed. And get some other things done, some maintenance projects. But yeah, I'm happy with the way the shed looks. Nice and calm, entrances full of bees, nothing really running. Just the way I like it.